So I started to react to the Periphery song Reptile, and then I realized it was like freaking 16 minutes long, and I don't want to sit through that right now. But what I did want to talk about is the artwork for the album, and just the whole overall concept, and a lot of the themes that are probably going to be on the album. And it's all satanic, and I, as a Christian, cannot partake in it anymore. No, that's not at all what I think in any way, shape, or form. In fact, I think most of it is a joke. It seems like a joke. I've not seen Misha Mansour putting cryptic satanic imagery in his, mixing tutorials or anything. So pretty sure they don't worship Satan. Pretty sure it's a joke. Pretty sure it's metal music. And so if it's heavy, let's talk about Satan. Let's offend some people. Which is good, I think, personally, in my opinion. It'll get people talking, like me, and it'll start a conversation about political correctness, or something I would like to call church correctness, or Christian correctness, or spiritual correctness. It might look something like this. You walk up in a Zoomies, or a Zoomies, whatever you call the freaking store, and you see a t-shirt with a pentagram and a goat on it or something. And then somebody goes, "We can't come here anymore because they worship Satan." This is just ridiculous thinking, in my opinion. While I don't think you should go around putting satanic imagery on things, in this context, who cares? It's blatantly obvious that the dudes in Periphery don't worship Satan, okay? I mean, I've followed them for a pretty long time. I don't think they worship Satan. My main point that I'm getting to is that Christians should just kind of chill out. For people like myself that believe in a God that is powerful and full of hope and love, we give Satan an awful lot of credit. In fact, sometimes it seems like Christians are talking about the evil in the world more than they're talking about the good in the world. And coming from a Christian myself, I've seen this in the church, and it really pisses me off. Dudes that are in Periphery, they seem like super genuine guys, and I don't understand why anyone would look at some artwork like this and be mortally offended by it just because it's imagery that scares them. The gospel of Jesus Christ has nothing to do with fear. In fact, it's the total opposite. And so when the church gets really butthurt about stupid crap like this, it really ruffles my feathers, man. Because these are just dudes making the music they want to make, and they can do whatever they want because it's art. The name of the album is Hail Stan. So obviously, it's a joke. I'm going to listen to this album on repeat for a long time. Periphery has been one of my favorite bands and a huge inspiration to me as an artist. So I'm going to love this album, probably. Just like I loved Periphery 2 when I first stumbled upon it back in the olden days when I was a little boy and just getting into progressive metal. Christians seem to be too focused on censoring people's opinions instead of sharing the message of the gospel, which is about hope and love and justice and all these things that are really positive things. Instead, we're too focused on saying, you can't listen to that because they said a bad word in it, or you can't listen to that because it's in this specific culture. When it comes to the music side of things, first of all, I can't understand why a Christian would limit themselves to just, church worship music. Half of the stuff you hear on Christian radio is just the same thing recycled over and over and over again, and it gets really boring. And in my opinion, if we worship a creator, the creator of the freaking universe, I don't know, maybe he wants us to play a creative and funky chord progression instead of just G chords all the time. Maybe he wants the drummer to go off on some polyrhythmic beat because that's what he sat there and practiced for a long time. I mean, what are we saying here? That God can't take our creativity? That makes God seem like a real freaking sissy, and he's not. If we're talking about the thing that created the universe, then he's the definition of creativity. So why can't we experiment with other genres of music? Why can't we write hip hop and rap? Why can't we write metal and scream? Why can't we write some freaking jazz music or just something bizarre and weird? And do we have to always just blatantly talk about Jesus in our music if we're Christian? No. Half of the Christians I know don't even play or work with music. They work in a freaking sock company or who knows. When you go to your 9-to-5 job every day, are you just saying Jesus every 2 seconds? No, you're going there to do your job and get paid. So as musicians, we're trying to do the same thing. We're trying to stay true to our art while at the same time jumping into a formula to where we can make money. For me, obviously, that's not going too well. But I think my opinion stands, and I think a lot of people can resonate with it, especially when it comes to something like this that's a little bit taboo. I get it, I understand, but at the same time, let's understand that this is a joke. Back to the point I was making about how Christians give the devil way too much power. What even is the devil? I mean, is he just a scapegoat? Nah, see what I did there? Scapegoat. Is he just a scapegoat where we can just blame him for freaking everything? Oh, yep, I cheated on my wife at that massive orgy. It was the devil, man. The devil tempted me. Take some responsibility for your freaking actions, dude. And with all these little things, I mean, there are people who literally think if they go and eat at the freaking Christmas luncheon and they get too full, that a spirit of gluttony came and possessed them. What are you talking about? You had the free will to go over to that Christmas luncheon and eat all the freaking little Debbie cakes because you're obese. I'm just kidding. I got a little carried away there. I am obese myself. I mean, you want to see? Look at this freaking belly. But it wasn't no spirit of freaking gluttony. I don't even know if you can see my stomach. No, this was me. I did this. The devil did not do it. There's lots of different concepts and ideas concerning the devil and what it is. Personally, I don't know why it even matters. I believe in a God who loves his creation infinitely, and to have a little spirit that he made roam around and just tempt everybody, it doesn't make much sense to me. I don't really understand it. What I do understand is that I make mistakes, and so does everybody else, and we do some really stupid shit sometimes, and maybe we should just take responsibility for that and just say, oh, this is actually who I am. I make mistakes. Then maybe people can stop being so butthurt about some artwork like this. Because all it is artwork. All it is a picture. That's a little goat man with a star on his head. Why does that have so much power? Why? Look around you. I mean, look at the freaking trees. I mean, look at your hands. There's blood cells flowing through your hands. God created all of this. All of this is intense and amazing and incredible and humongous. Did you know the freaking solar system, I think they just found somewhere, it'd take us billions and billions of years to get there. Does that scale, that mass scale, not make you go, wow, God is powerful. God is amazing. But for some reason, Christians think this little picture of this little dude is more powerful. That doesn't make any sense. My main point is like, just chill out and listen to music and have a good time. It's really not it's really not a big deal. In fact, you might actually learn something from listening to music that comes from different cultures. Heck, I'm telling you, 6-7 years ago, when I was a little teeny wiener, I probably would have said, no, Kendrick Lamar, no, he's the devil. Not good. He says bad words in his music. But now I realize, holy crap, this dude has really good things to say that are relevant and very important, despite all the grit and grime that's put into the music. It's because it's honest. And being raised in the church, it doesn't seem like honesty is that big of a virtue. It seems like we all just have to wear masks and pretend like everything's chill and pretend like people don't want to freaking hump anything they see. Everybody's horny, okay? Why can't we talk about it? Why can't we talk about sex? It's because we're too focused on this little dude. So, if I'm wrong about all of this, I guess I'm a Satanist. Stamp the freaking mark of the beast on my forehead. But personally, I think the God that I believe in is obviously more powerful than a little picture of this dude. No one cares what I'm saying, and that's alright. Just know that I'm on your team. Not really, I'm not on anyone's team. I'm on everybody's team. If that even made sense. So, hopefully you got something out of my little rant and you thought it was funny. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are going to say I'm a libtard. There's probably another group of people that'll say I'm a conservative tass. Conservatives need a nickname. We got libtards. How come conservatives don't have a nickname? Conservatass. Let's start it. New nickname for conservatives. And then we got the libertarians. We can call them the libretards. I'm just kidding. I love you, no matter what opinion you have. And please, have a blessed day, and hail Satan.